Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here basically we are discussing about the attraction object basically. So one person told that basically, yeah, there basically one city was there in the island basically. That island basically we can see in there basically one city was there, but that disappeared here suddenly. Then he told that basically their basically construction department basically might have done some mistake. Due to that basically the city in the the island basically contains the one city that might have disappeared basically. So that basically one person told that basically that city basically is connected with the some set of computers basically. Then he told that basically might be connected basically, that basically we need to check basically whether the city basically is connected or not basically. So he told that basically let me check basically whether the city is connected or not. Like this basically he checked the data. Then he told that basically yes basically it was connected here. Then he told that basically in that city basically this type of building basically was created, and due to that basically building and few basically trees was basically also created. That tree basically seeds was created by a set of companies basically, and that seed basically was also getting the tree creation, and the tree basically was attracting the sea water basically. So lots of things basically was attracting that particular sea water basically. Then he told that basically sea water basically, that means you want to say that sea water also basically need to modify, or basically what you want to directly what you want to say. Then he told that basically sea group basically only can tell that basically sea if water basically is attracting the cities basically, then it is the city problem, or basically the sea water is basically getting problem. Then he told that basically this need to investigate here basically, because C means 60 percentage or 62 or 60 mostly basically 60 percentage basically the land is basically from sea water, connected with sea water. So 60 percentage water is basically connecting to sea water basically, and 40 percentage is basically to land basically. So it's basically very dangerous question actually you asked here. Let me then also basically let me investigate basically where basically the problem might be. Then basically I will let you know basically. Then he told that okay. So let we discuss something little bit more about the land basically which has created. For example, here basically we are taking the example of Mumbai Land and the land of Bangalore basically, or basically land of Vadodara city. So in Vadodara city basically there is no sea, nothing is there basically. So what basically how basically the Vadodara city basically can basically get into trouble? Then he told that basically the one of the thing basically is earthquakes basically, and another basically might be the lava blast basically. That is basically long before the Pavagad mountain basically contains in Vadodara city. That basically might blast here basically again, and it might possible that entire Vadodara might disappear one day. But that will basically never happen. The reason basically the science is there basically, the nuclear power company basically are there, the satellite groups basically are there, the lava companies basically are there basically, the NASA ISRO is there basically. Then at least basically they will get 1 or 2 days basically before that basically the lava is going to blast in Vadodara city. And basically if assume that basically lava got blast in Vadodara city, just taking as an example, I assume that lava got blast. So how many time basically it will take to come to Vadodara city? And Pavagad basically from here basically the Pavagad is I think 7 to 8 kilometers basically. So that will take time basically. In that basically the Vadodara basically people basically can exit the Vadodara city basically. But this type of lava blast basically very rare happens basically. Somebody basically if want to finish the entire city basically, then basically the lava blast will happen basically. Then basically that type of lava blast can basically happen. But that basically who basically have the enemy with Vadodara city? Who basically the land creation basically I'm talking about. The land creation people basically which land creation people basically have the enemy with Vadodara city, that he will do the lava blast and basically then the entire Vadodara city will go under the lava material basically. That is actually sand basically. When it basically gets into one shape basically, that it converts to the sand basically. or basically it might possible that it connects to the mountain, converts to the mountain basically. So that's basically different thing basically. So each and every city basically have some basically attraction issue basically. So one person told that basically, assume that basically in Mumbai city, sea water got attracted due to that due to that buildings basically which was not getting log file, which was not having the log data. Due to that basically, Mumbai basically got under sea water, went under sea water basically. Then he told that basically okay. Then basically the one of the person basically told that basically we were keeping the log file here basically. We are keeping the log file of each and every trees also basically. We are keeping log file of the each and every foods basically which the human basically are eating. We were basically keeping the each and every data of the blood cells basically also here in the log file of the computer basically. And we were basically keeping the data of the buildings also basically here. The how basically here basically we were keeping the data of the petrols also basically. We were keeping the data of the each and every objects like iron, total iron basically in the Mumbai city, total plastic in the Mumbai city, total copper in the Mumbai city, total steel in the Mumbai city, total iron in the Mumbai city. We were tracking each and everything basically here. Then how basically here that happened here basically? That basically person basically was confused basically here. That how basically this happened here basically. How basically Mumbai or basically just taking as an example basically in real basically this has not happened because Mumbai is tracking each and everything basically that in the log file basically of the computer basically. So this will basically mostly will 99% basically this will not happen, but 1% it might possible basically that if anything basically gets missed basically. So that's basically. So Mumbai city basically almost basically because they are metropolitan city and there basically big software companies basically are there. Then how basically they can miss here basically? That basically question one satellite group only basically asked here basically. If they can miss basically then basically he literally told that basically. If the Mumbai basically is missing this all basically, then basically he told literally directly told that basically we basically don't want Mumbai city in the India land only basically. They literally told that basically. So basically the one of the software company, big software company told that basically he basically the universe group basically told that basically can you please give the presentation to us basically. Then basically the big software company told that basically okay basically in which room basically I can give. Then basically the NASA and ISRO basically given the direction of the room basically. You do one thing, you sit this side and keep the presentation in this side basically and keep the screen up to big level basically and the satellite group basically will be watching your presentation basically. Then he told that okay so like this basically you are going to display the presentation how basically you are keeping the log file of the each and every objects basically. Then basically he told that basically we are keeping the log file of the buildings, we are keeping the log file of the human, we are keeping the log file of the blood cells, we are keeping the log file of the each and every body parts basically. Up to that level basically he told basically. Then basically they are basically keeping the construction material data basically log file. We are basically generating the log file of the construction material also basically. We are keeping the generation of the log file of the medicine also basically. We are keeping the log file basically how many people have done sexual activity in the Mumbai city. That basically up to that level basically, or we are also active keeping the track basically. Then one of the person told that basically how many foods basically they have eaten in per day basically, how many non-veg basically item basically eaten by the people. Up to that level basically we are tracking here basically. Then he told that basically how many people eaten apple, how many people basically had banana, how many people basically had chiku, how many people basically had fruits, how many people basically had vegetables, how many people basically had non-veg food, how many people basically had medicine, how many people basically had water basically, up to what level water basically, how many people drink the beer, wine basically, each and everything basically literally directly told. So in next video basically we are going to see basically what actually the currencies dependencies are basically.